We're looking at some passages from Exodus 24 and 25 this morning. There are pseudoscientists known as ancient alien theorists. They believe that any passage in ancient literature that refers to a god, especially a god on top of a mountain, actually refers to some being in a spaceship who's come down to Earth. And when you add some special object that has seemingly supernatural powers, well, they just go ape over that. And this passage in Exodus is one that draws them like moths to a porch light. What we're reading today divides into two parts: Moses' encounter with God on Mount Sinai and the instructions for building the Ark of the Covenant. Throughout, there is a sense of God's separateness and the fear that the Israelites felt. They're told not to set foot on Mount Sinai, or God will zap them. Moses is allowed to go up on the mountain and is there for, wait for it, 40 days and 40 nights, our favorite number. In Exodus 34, we're told that when Moses came down from the mountain, his face was shining. This frightened Aaron and others, so Moses wore a veil over his face. The second part of the passage describes the building of the Ark of the Covenant. This box, in modern terms, was 45 inches long, 27 inches wide, and 27 inches tall. It was covered inside and out with gold, and the lid had two solid gold figures on it. One question does arise. These are a bunch of escaped slaves. Where did they get all that gold? Well, God did tell them to plunder the Egyptians just before they left. The ark is a mysterious object that can kill anyone who touches it, even with good intentions. In 2 Samuel 6, the ark is being moved, and the oxen pulling the wagon stumble. A man named Uzzah reaches out to steady it, touches it, and is killed on the spot. At one point, the Philistines captured the ark. Wherever they put it, people died or plagues broke out, and they finally sent it back to the Israelites. The ark was kept in the Holy of Holies in the temple. It's not clear what happened to it when the Babylonians sacked Jerusalem in 587 BC. There's no mention of it being carried off to Babylon, and there's no mention of it in any source after that time. One theory is that it was hidden, possibly under the Temple Mount. During the war between the Jews and the Romans, we don't have any reference to the Ark of the Covenant. The Emperor Titus erected a triumphal arch that showed the goods that were taken out of the temple, and the ark is not among them. Another theory is that the ark was taken away from Jerusalem. Where it ended up is anybody's guess. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church claims that the ark is housed in the city of Axum, while there's a tribe in southern Africa, the Limba tribe, that claim to have it hidden in a cave. No one is willing to display it. They just tell us, rest assured, that's where it is. So we don't know where this mysterious object is. Let's read the passage now that appears in your bulletin. He, Moses, got up early the next morning and built an altar at the foot of the mountain and set up 12 stone pillars representing the 12 tribes of Israel. Then he sent young Israelite men, and they offered burnt offerings and sacrificed young bulls as fellowship offerings to the Lord. Moses then took the blood, sprinkled it on the people, and said, "This is the blood of the covenant that the Lord has made with you in accordance with all these words." The Lord said to Moses, "Come up to me on the mountain and stay here, and I will give you the tablets of stone with the law and commandments I have written for their instruction." When Moses went up on the mountain, the cloud covered it, and the glory of the Lord settled on Mount Sinai. For 6 days the cloud covered the mountain, and on the seventh day the Lord called to Moses from within the cloud. To the Israelites, the glory of the Lord looked like a consuming fire on top of the mountain. Then Moses entered the cloud as he went up on the mountain, and he stayed on the mountain 40 days and 40 nights. The Lord said to Moses, "Then have them make a sanctuary for me, and I will dwell among them. Make this tabernacle and all its furnishings exactly like the pattern I will show you. Have them make an ark of acacia wood, 2.5 cubits long, 1.5 cubits wide, and 1.5 cubits high. Overlay it with pure gold, both inside and out, and make a gold molding around it. Cast 4 gold rings for it and fasten them to its feet with 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other. Then make poles of acacia wood and overlay them with gold. Insert the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark to carry it. The poles are to remain in the rings of the ark. They are not to be removed. Then put in the ark the tablets of the covenant law, which I will give you. Make an atonement cover of pure gold, 2.5 cubits long and 1.5 cubits wide. And make 2 cherubim out of hammered gold at the ends of the cover. Make 1 cherubim on one end and the second cherub on the other. Make the cherubim of one piece with the cover at the 2 ends. The cherubim are to have their wings spread upward, overshadowing the cover with them. The cherubim are to face each other, looking toward the cover. Place the cover on top of the ark and put in the ark the tablets of the covenant law that I will give you. There above the cover, between the 2 cherubim that are over the ark of the covenant law, I will meet with you and give you all my commands for the Israelites.